Let's go ahead and jump right into the chart and talk about what could happen next with Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. Before we get into all this, let's take a quick little zoom out so we can take a look at the entire bull run so far and explain what we're looking at. This light blue line is going to be the 200-day EMA, and then this dark blue line on the bottom is going to be your 600-day moving average. Now, these are two pivotal long-term moving averages that can help us dictate where price could start to move and where the trends are going to be dictated moving forward. Now, when we look at the 200 EMA, you can see that we did cross over on May 20th during that huge sell-off, and then once we found support on August 4th, and we found support again on September 27th, we were able to test new all-time highs. Now we're currently back under this 200-day moving average, trying to break over the top side again as we continue to move within this structure. And then when you look at the 600-day moving average, based on the entire bull run, we got nowhere near this moving average. And then since January 25th, late January basically, we've been testing this as a support line and riding the 600-day EMA. And currently we're just starting to break back under the 600-day. Now the first thing that stands out on this chart is that this could be a bear flag continuation pattern. We have this long-term down movement, and we have price going in a ranging motion, more like a consolidation, but an uptrending consolidation. This is a good sign for a bear flag continuation pattern or a continuation to the downside. Now, if we were to pull down to the downside, there are two critical levels that I would be looking at. And the reason why we want to talk about this is because price action just closed on the weekly and we're currently testing under. So I do want to talk about the bear perspective before we get into the bull perspective. Now, if price wants to come back down, the first level of support I'm going to be looking for is around 34,000, near the bottom of this bear flag continuation pattern. Now, the next major critical support I'm going to be looking at, if this one fails to hold support and we drop down further, is going to be around 29K, 29.9K. This is going to be a major long-term support. We had support tests here, we held support here, we've held support here. Basically, the entire bull run, we have held support over this 29K range. So that's going to be a nice area to see a triple bottom technically on the long-term charts, and would be a safe bet to see that if we were to hold price here and continue to move up, we could see more bullish action. And if price was to drop below this point, we could be trending into a true bear market. Now, enough with the bear talk. Let's get into some bull talk just in case. Now, if this wants to be a fake out, we are seeing green on the MetaBot. This is integrated into our Alchemy trading group. If you want to learn how to trade, if you want to get access to our 24/7 buy and sell signals, our crypto academy, and a lot more, check out our lifetime VIP that is 50% off right now. I'm going to drop the link in the comments, and it's in the description, and it'll be in our bio. Or you can just go to alchemymeta.io. Now, if this does want to continue as a fake out position and move back into this uptrending support and this uptrending channel, we're going to want to push up and retest this 200-day EMA resistance and potentially break out on the top side. We want to hold support on the top of the 200-day EMA. That would confirm to me that we're going back into a long-term bullish trend and that we have a true test to be able to potentially get back to the all-time highs. Now, before we even get to the all-time highs, we're going to want to break this 52K range. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, we do get a price break and price action comes up. I do see a potential resistance test around 52K that could bring us down. If I extend this line out a little bit more, we could grab a path and we can draw this out and say something along the lines of bouncing on the 200-day EMA, coming here, getting a nice little squeeze, and then a potential price break to test all-time highs. Now, that would be more of my bullish sentiment and what I think could happen if we do hold this fake out. And it's very likely that we could fake out in this general area. Again, keep in mind that this is the first hour of the weekly open. So a lot of times you're going to form a lower candle wick in the beginning of the week as we continue to push up and start to form that weekly candlestick. So a quick little recap, if price does continue to drop and we fail to re-enter this little range that we've created so far, I'm going to be looking to ride this short position down to around 34K, down to the 29K as an ideal support entry. If it does start to hold support here, this would be a great long-term DCA buying opportunity. Same with this spot as well. Now, that's not financial advice. None of this is financial advice. This should all be taken for entertainment purposes. And if this ends up being a fake out and price ends up taking a quick pull back, we can see that there is a nice little opportunity because the MetaBot is showing a lot of green potential, which is a divergence. And if this does break back into the range, we're going to be testing this critical resistance to break out first, which is going to be more than likely around 50,000. And then we have a major critical resistance around 52,000, where we could see price start to struggle within this little range, essentially acting like a spring while we find the floor. And then this could potentially take us into the next level and test all-time highs. Just keep in mind, at the moment though, the bears are winning this fight. If you want to stay up to date with all this information, make sure to join our Discord group where you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you turn on the notifications. Hopefully everyone has a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on wherever you're tuning in the world. And we'll catch you on the next video.